Marshawn Lynch, who said he was retired, is now apparently, according to reports, trying to reinstate himself back into the NFL. We saw that he visited the Raiders headquarters recently, and he's telling people that he's ready to come back.
Right.
And it's going to be a process, obviously. His salary is on the books with the Seahawks, so it really depends on what the Seahawks want to do.
Right.
If they want to get his contract off the books, then that's up to them. But if they want to keep him, he could be traded and they could be asking for a lot.
Now, here's a twist to this story that we hadn't heard so much about. We knew about the Raiders. He's a hometown kid there who probably wants to play for the Silver and Black before they move on to Las Vegas.
Right.
So I get that aspect of it. What I didn't know and didn't realize was that maybe, according to Ed Werder, he's trying to get back in the league, and if the Raiders, for whatever reason, doesn't work out, could he be traded with Richard Sherman to the Patriots?
Wow, that'd be crazy.
How wild would that be? And I almost wonder if that's not more of a possibility in some ways than with the Raiders. What do the Raiders have that they're willing to give up that would also be of value to the Seahawks, right? They're not going to give up any of their star players, and they shouldn't.
Right.
And not that the Patriots necessarily will give up star players, but there might be a little bit more willingness on their part to bulk up and load up and getting both Sherman. Because I don't know if Sherman's in play for the Raiders. He is for the Patriots.
Right.
And so when you put those two together and they can do a combo deal, that would be really interesting. And that would upset a lot of people in the AFC East, I would think.
It would be very Bill Belichickian, as we call
Yes,
it. That would be a very interesting move. But and Seattle is kind of on the clock here a little bit because,
Right.
Once these reinstatement papers are cleared, Lynch has got a $9 million cap hit that's going to be added to the rest of the salaries there in Seattle, and they don't have the room to just have him be chilling there.
Correct.
So they got to do something about it.
So they have to make a move.
Right.
Because they can't just release him.
No.
Because then they get tagged for some of that money too. So
Right.
it's not a clean break.
Right.
So they're kind of up against it. They're over a barrel. And I'm just curious as to how much Lynch. I know he went back and spoke with some team members there and officials there.
Right.
I'd heard that in recent years, in the last couple of years, that he and Pete Carroll almost didn't talk at all. There were some issues there about some things, least of which might have been that he didn't carry the ball at the end of the Super Bowl against the Patriots. But there were some issues there, and he had to go back and kind of play nice so that he could get some type of help, whether it be to Oakland and now maybe to New England.
I thought Marshawn Lynch was chilling in retirement.
I did too.
He was in downtown Seattle in his slip-on sandals, drinking his coffee.
Riding
People were
scooters.
seeing him all the time. Now there's a situation where he was at LAX recently, and a kid went to the airport because somebody on the flight alerted him that Marshawn Lynch was on his flight, and the kid went to go get an autograph, and Lynch slapped the phone out of the kid's hand. It cracked, and the kid's thinking about pressing assault charges. So, I mean, you wonder exactly what's going on here, but...
Yeah, that's something. That is
Gotta keep
something
an eye on
to.
that.
Yes, because the NFL can't do anything if he's retired.
Right.
They have the same jurisdiction over him as they do you and me. But once he goes back into the league, and as this legal matter potentially could develop, because probably somebody's advising him, why don't you, the kid, why don't you just stay quiet and lay low, and let's see where Marshawn Lynch ends up. And if he becomes a New England Patriot, for example, well, then there's going to be a little bit more reason for him to want to settle this deal. I mean, look, that's the way it goes.
Goodell's
right?
like, how can I attack the Patriots this offseason?
That's oh, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that's something to look for, though.
Who can I suspend from New England this year?
Sure.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, so we'll keep our eyes on that. We'll share any information that we get regarding Marshawn Lynch and the possibility that he might become a Raider or a Patriot. But it looks like either way, he's going to play. He wants to play.
That's what it looks like.